Hello beautiful people, welcome back to EasySewing with Tyke. In today's tutorial we are going to see how to perfectly cut and merge striped ASOOKE for a trendy and stylish v-neck BUBU dress. This tutorial is totally beginner friendly, but before we get started I want to send a huge shout out to my amazing returning subscribers and viewers. Your support truly means the world to me. Every like, comment and shares help to keep this channel going, and I appreciate you all so much. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Taiwo and I'm so happy to have you join us today. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Drop your questions or comment below. I love hearing from you. And don't forget to share this video with your friends so more amazing people like you can find it easily. Alright, let's jump in and create something fabulous today. Here's the beautiful fabric that we're working with today. It is 6 yards, but I did not exhaust it. That is, I did not finish using this. So you need between 4 to 6 yards of fabric, depending on the size that you're working with, or the measurements that you're working with rather. Now I have 2 pieces of fabric unfold on the table using the length of the gown that we're working with and added the necessary allowance. So I intentionally cut it this way that it would have a joining at the shoulder because of that front ASOOKE design. I want it to go in between the front and the back at the shoulder, as that design is not extending to the back. Alright, that is why this place would have a joining at the shoulder, and I did not fold it in such a way that the shoulder would be unfold. I hope you get that. So that yellow line is my start point. That is where I'm starting all of my measurement from. So like I said earlier, what I have there is the full length of the gown that I'm working with. I intentionally left space before that start point because I would need allowance to join the shoulder. Now I'll go ahead and input 12 inches. That's the only vertical measurement I'll be imputing on this fabric, which is 12. To get yours, just add 1 or 2 inches to your fitted chest line measurement. The formula to get your chest line measurement will be showing on your screen. So add 1 or 2 inches to that. Remember that we're making a BUBU. Now to the horizontal measurement, I'll be using the biggest measurement of the owner of this dress, which is the hip measurement. So I went ahead to input the hip measurement divided by 4, after which I added 3 inches for both the ease and the sewing allowance. So the sewing allowance is 1 inch, while the ease is 2 inches. You might add more depending on how big you want this to be, but remember that we're already making use of the biggest measurement, which is the hip measurement. All right, I'm not imputing the bust to waist. I'm just using the hip measurement all the way from that chest line all the way to the hem line. So afterwards, I'm just going to connect it together and roll a straight line like this. The shoulder measurement that I'm working with is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And the sleeve length that I'm working with is 13 inches. So I am exhausting everything that I have there. Afterwards, I rolled a straight line, connecting it all the way to the chest line like this. The next thing I did is to input the sleeve opening. So I want it to be 20 inches. So unfold it means that is 10 inches, and I added 1 inch sewing allowance. So I have 11. So I just went ahead to connect it to the measurement I have there and just give it a curve like this. Then I came down 1 inch below the half length and I just marked it out. That is where the pocket will be starting from. So while cutting this dress out, I would give it a notch over there. Initially, when this outfit was being filmed, the neck design that I wanted to use was different, is different from the actual one that you can see in the final outfit. That is why I will not take you through the process of this. I'll just go ahead and cut out this dress, then I'll be showing you when I decided to, is it redesign or we cut the neckline. All right, so the next clip you will see that I've cut out a neckline already, but I went ahead to now recut it into this neckline that you saw at the beginning of the video. While cutting, don't forget to add ½ inch allowance at the shoulder area for joining. All right, now to the redesigning of the neckline. Initially what I add there is a U-shaped neckline with a slit. Now I'm going to convert that into a V-shaped neckline because that is what we need for the final results that you could see at the beginning of this video. So I just went ahead to connect it and turn it into a V-shaped neckline. The length was where that slit stopped. Of course, that has to be the length, and I just slanted it like this. So just cut out your V-shaped neckline this way. And already you can see that I've already cut out the facing earlier on. So both the facing and the main dress is what I am recutting. To cut yours, you can use the dimension showing on your screen. I'll also have to alter the back neckline because the neck width has increased. That place that I'm touching with my scissors, you can see that the neck width has increased. So I'll have to alter the back neckline too. And this is what I have. Now, before I alter the back neckline, let's go ahead and cut out that ASSOKE font design. So to cut that, you would need two of your pieces ASSOKE like this. Just place them on each other and slant that V neckline against the straight edge of the ASSOKE. I hope you understand this. Just go ahead and slant that V-shaped neckline against the straight edge of the ASSOKE like this. You have to slant it oh. You can see that my dress is slanted. It's only the ASSOKE that is straight. This is exactly how you want to place it. Afterwards, I went ahead to measure out ½ inch like this all the way, slanting it this way. Then go ahead and mark it out at the exact point the fabric is touching the ASSOKE, because that is where we'll be sewing on. All right. Then you can see that upper part, you can see that it's slanted. That is how we would go ahead and cut it out. You can go ahead and unpin it this way. So when we are done sewing, we are going to have something like this. Like I said earlier, I need to adjust the back neckline as well. So here's the facing for the front. I'm just matching it up this way so I can mark out where the back width is going to start from also. Then I'm just going to connect it all the way to the initial back neckline that I have there. The dimension for the back neckline too will be showing on your screen, and I'll just cut it out. Now it's time to head over to the sewing machine. Now you want to go ahead and sew off the ASSOKE using that ½ inch allowance. I was marked out. I'll just go ahead and sew over the chalk line like this. Here is what it should look like when you are done joining it together. Afterwards, you want to open out the seam line using your onion. Just press it down flat. So when it's time to fix this onto the dress, I'll be trimming off those excesses. But because it's ASSOKE, I don't want to trim it off now so it doesn't fray. After which you want to go ahead and hem the sides and the bottom of the facing like this. Then go ahead and turn the neckline using the facing. Now you can either attach the ASSOKE before turning the neckline with the facing, but I attached the facing on mine before placing the ASSOKE. You get to understand as we proceed. Then go ahead and notch it, especially at that V point, so it can come out neat. Notch it all around. Then go ahead and secure the facing at the shoulder this way. This is optional. This is just to ensure that the facing does not move around when it's time to fix the ASSOKE. And this is what I have. Now I'll go ahead and place the ASSOKE this way and make sure that it aligns properly. So because I've already turned the neckline with the facing, my ASSOKE is going to come out more than the fabric itself. You'll get to see what I'm saying when I turn it to the other side. I intentionally chose this method because the neckline, the V neckline that I have was a bit more than what I would have cut out if that was the neckline I chose initially. So can you see how the ASSOKE is coming out here? So I prefer this. Now, if you don't want yours to be like this, you want it to be the same, you want it to align neatly with the neckline, make sure that you've turned your neckline with your facing before you go ahead and use that neckline to cut on the ASSOKE. I hope you understand. If you've turned your neckline with facing before using it to cut on the ASSOKE, then both the neckline and the ASSOKE is going to align perfectly. But I wanted it this way so that it can cover up the neckline for me a bit. Also, alternatively, you can go ahead and attach the ASSOKE on the neckline before turning it to the facing, so that the ASSOKE will be sandwiched in between the dress and the facing. Alright, but I do not want it that way because I don't want that neck area to appear too bulky and all of that. So you have three options. Just go ahead and choose the one you prefer the most. Now I went ahead to trim off the excess at the tip that way, like I told you that I would. And afterwards I went ahead to sandwich the tassel in between the ASSOKE and the main fabric. Then I went ahead to stitch down the ASSOKE design neatly on the fabric on the dress by sewing as close as possible to the edge. Afterwards, I just went ahead to trim off the excess that we have at the upper part. That way, remember I added a little excess to that side when cutting. And here's what it looks like when I was done. You can see how neat and beautiful it is. And here is the back. I've gone ahead to fix the facing onto the neckline. I just followed the same process like I did for the front, and this is what I have. I went ahead to join the front and the back together at the shoulder area using the French seam finish method, which involves sewing it together at the right side first using 1/4 inch. Afterwards, I went ahead to sew it off at the wrong side in order to achieve the kind of neat finish that you can see on your screen. Afterwards, I went ahead to attach a stripe of ASSOKE fabric at the sleeve opening that way. It is 3 inches wide, so at the end of the day when I'm done sewing, it will now be 2 inches wide. So go ahead and place the right side of the ASSOKE on the wrong side of the fabric as you can see in the video, then sew it off using 1/2 inch. Afterwards, you want to top stitch, then flip it over. That way the right side of the ASSOKE is now on the right side of the fabric like this. Then just go ahead and fold in another 1/2 inch inwards. And here is what it looks like when I was done. So I repeated the same process for the other sleeve opening. The next thing to do now is to join it together at the sides. So from the sleeve opening that way, I just went ahead to join it using 1 inch. So before this, I went ahead to attach my pocket off camera. I have attached pockets on BUBU quite a number of times on this channel, and the link to one of it would be showing on your screen in case you are not sure of how to go about fixing your pocket. So I stopped sewing 15 inches before the hemline because this dress has a slit at the bottom part. Then I went ahead to fold the hemline using the allowance that I added. And the final thing to do is just to go ahead and hem that slit opening this way, just folding the 1 inch allowance into 1/2 inch on each other this way, and go ahead and sew it off so the slit can appear neat. Voila, the dress is ready and it looks so gorgeous. And that's a wrap for today's tutorial. I hope you gained some valuable insight and enjoyed the process. I'd love to see how your project turns out, so be sure to share them with me on social media. You can find me as EasySewing with Tyke on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. See you in the next tutorial. Until then, take care and happy sewing. Bye.